The Columbus City Council meeting for July 5th, 2022 will now come to order. In compliance with the Open Meeting Act, revised statute 84-1407, current copy of this act is posted in the meeting room. Madam Clerk, would you please call roll? Here.
Here.
Farr.
Here.
Deemer.
Here.
Jablonski.
Here.
Preshaw.
Here.
Lohr.
Here.
Robb.
Here.
Schilling.
Here.
Mayor Bulkley, the roll has been called.
Thank you. Mrs. Council President.
Our Father, thank you for the opportunity to serve our fellow citizens. Please give us your wisdom and guidance to make the proper decisions entrusted to this governmental body. May our conduct show respect, honor, and courtesy to each other, as well as to all our citizens. Amen.
Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose proud stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Evening. Welcome everyone to tonight's council meeting. If at any time during the evening anyone would like to come up and address us on any items that are on our agenda, we'd invite you forward. We'd ask you give your name, address, and that you would keep your comments to 5 minutes or less. With that, we'll move on to the consent agenda.
Item 4, consent agenda. The following items are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a City Council member or citizen so requests, in which event the item will be removed from consent status and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Item 4A, minutes of the June 20th, 2022 City Council meeting. Item 4B, minutes of the June 20th, 2022 Community Development Agency meeting. Item 4C, Title 3B, Supportive Services, Title 3C, Nutrition, and Title 3E, Family Caregiver Support, grant funding from Northeast Nebraska Area Agency on Aging for the Community Center. Item 4D, Resolution number R22-78, authorizing payment of various improvement projects, and Item 4E, payroll and bills on file. Mr. Mayor and Council, is there anything you would like removed from consent status?
Mr. Mayor, I move that the items on the consent agenda be approved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Brings us up to reports of city offices.
Item 9A, status of the Pawnee Park Baseball Field Lighting Project.
Hello, Rick Bogus, city engineer. So we kind of need some direction on what to do on that project. I thought maybe what I would do is give you a status update of from where we started to where we're at, so we all kind of know we're all on the same page. So as you know from last year's budget, this is an item that came up, and there was $280,000 that's in the current fiscal year budget for the project. Okay, and then back earlier this year, the decision was made to proceed with a design build concept. So just a reminder what that is. That's where the engineer and the contractor are hired, and they go out and work together on a design, try to get some efficiencies. What happens is the engineer will design it, and the contractor will go out and get solicited bids, and then we have meetings, which we've had so far, and that's kind of where we're at in the design process of it. So what happened was they went out and did this, and of course everybody knows in today's age with materials and contractor availability, things are a little bit higher. And they came back with a initial $591,000 cost to do this lighting project there. Remember, we have 280 in the budget. What we did, of course, right away was ask them to go back, do some value engineering items, see if they come up with anything, maybe get some additional quotes from people. And they came back and doing the entire system that we needed to get done, it was $539,000. They did cut some of it. I think a lot of it was removals. We did ask them to go back and check other major vendors because there's not a lot of vendors that do these types of lights. The Muco system is what we kind of designed off of, but they went back and checked a couple others, and there really wasn't much of cost savings or anything on that. We could go down to different levels, but you need to be a little bit careful with that because then you got to see what you're really getting for your dollars. So then we asked them, okay, what if we not do the new poles and some other things that we could get rid of and use the existing poles? And so they came back, and this is the same downward lighting system that we're talking about, just using the existing poles. They came back with a dollar estimate of $477,110. We'd hoped it'd be a little bit more than that, but it is what it is. They went out and took the bids again, and that's what they came up with. So that's kind of where we're at on that part of it. So to give you another option for consideration, which states in the memo, is that we could just look at replacing the lights that are there with LEDs, maybe not try to do as much stuff. I mean, there is some of it that's really in bad shape. We got some ballasts and fixtures that are out that some needs rewiring. So there's something, that probably needs to be done there. But I don't have a dollar amount for that because at that point we were just, we tried to get as much value engineering as we could with the project that we presented to you back in the budget and back when it was a design build. And so, of course, then you always have a fourth option, not doing anything. So those four options are on the bottom of that list. So I guess what we're looking for today is some discussion and some direction on where you want to proceed on the project.
Council?
What's the expected life of the poles that are there?
The wood poles?
Yes.
Yeah, they're 10 wood poles. The industry institutes say they're around the 50-year mark. I think some of the utilities try to replace them maybe before that for liability purposes. It all really depends. I mean, you do need to get them checked out both above and underground. I mean, there can be storms that damage them. There can be, below ground that can, eat out the wood and so forth. The public works or public property department had them checked in the last 5 or 10 years, and they indicated that they were in good shape. I don't know if
It's
Doug,
since I was here, so.
has it been 5 years? Okay, or so. I don't know if Mr.
2
Moore
years
has
ago.
estimated
years.
what they said or what, but I know they were in good
So
shape.
they were in satisfactory condition.
Okay.
Now, those poles have been there as long as since I've been here, which is 1974 I came.
Mm-hmm.
Those poles have been here, so they've got the 50-year
So that's
land.
at that near that mark. Yeah.
You're looking, the thing that you have, and that is, if we go with the, and this is something that has never been mentioned, and that is our 25-year warranty on the situation we do with the Musco and do their poles. 25 years. You don't have any problem with. You have a problem, they come out and fix it, and you have that for 25 years. And if we'd had this kind of program for 25 years, we'd had someone been able to come out and fix these lights. We turn the lights on now. We turn the lights on early to make sure that the lights are coming on. Make sure they come on. We had one bank go out at a ball game the other night. We have one out now. We can't. The parts have been ordered for that. It's and this is going to continue on. I mean, they were put in '98 or something like this, and this is what we're dealing with. Also, the lights are very inefficient. You can tell time with them. Because at 9:15, a center fielder, a high fly ball, he can't find it. We had two of them the other night against Grand Island. And center fielder standing out there, you know, he can't, there's no way, because the ball gets above the lights and he can't find it. With the new lights, these have lights that shine up that will take care of the fly balls. And not only will it be, you know, in an area where the ball field is, there's no overflow of light, that sort of thing. 2 weeks ago, we played at Kearney. Kearney has Musco lights, and we went from daylight to dusk to dark, and we didn't know it. You know, that's how efficient the LED lighting is. And as of right now, we as a city, if we want to apply for any of the American Legion state tournaments, we can't get them because we don't have good lights. That's flat the way it is. We got an area tournament. I didn't think we were going to get it, but we did. And that's for the next 20 days, we'll have baseball going on at that park. And, you know, lights are pretty important because we'll have 3 games, a lot of days.
Ron, was there discussion of private funds at one point, didn't we?
We did get a grant. I don't know if that's part of the 280,000 or if it's 280,000 plus the $50,000 grant.
Yeah, the 280,000 is part of it. Correct me if I'm wrong, when the budget, it's the grant money, and then the rest of it is city money.
Okay, that's the private money that we got was the,
That's the money that
grant
we're
money.
allocating right now.
yeah.
See, I think the question that staff is asking us is, are any of the alternatives viable? And if they're not, are we comfortable doing it? You know, I believe it was a unanimous decision on the 280,000 for the lights. So I think they're just coming to us wanting to know if we do it, how do we allocate toward it? Just some guidance, you know, it's an expense that they're looking for help on. Kind of, if you take it from here, where are you taking it from over there? I think, more than anything.
We only have the one bid?
No. So what happens is the designer and the contractor, they go out for bids. And so we were doing it off the Musco Light system, but we asked them to go back and check other ones too. So anyway, there was a series of different bids that run. It's not a design bid build. They kind of do it together, so they kind of do the bids. Just like a design bid.
So, I seen Capital City has it, but I also seen in a memo, there was a reference to Commonwealth. So I was looking for, and,
No, this
bid
is
from Commonwealth.
ETI and Capital City.
okay. Because in the literature, it had mentioned Commonwealth.
I guess I have a question. Is it possible to take the 280,000 we have for this year, carry it over to next year and add another $280,000 in the budget next year for it? Because then we would have over $500,000 by doing that and then replace them next year instead of this year? Is that something we could look at?
Well, the way it would probably work on this is if we got a direction to move forward on it, we would spend that $280,000 this fiscal year. So then the question would be the overage. Would that be some money from this fiscal year or into next fiscal year? But we'd spend that first 280 if we were to move forward.
You could, if I may say, the thing about it is, and that is, getting the lighting, you're not gonna get it in 30 days or maybe 60 days. So the lighting itself is, you know, is difficult.
Yeah, and then one of the reasons coming forward is that purpose, that if we needed to get things ordered, we need to get them ordered. They still think if they get ordered, they get it done this year.
Yes, that would say, I had contact with those people and they said, you know, if you want to get it this year, you better get it, you know, better make a decision of some sort, you know, and there's some, you know, preliminary work that you need to do, get done, which I think what you're talking about, the 280,000 to get that accomplished.
Right.
So, but yeah, you know.
Well, even if we ordered today, they're not gonna be able to play under those lights this year, are
Oh,
they?
no, we the end of this month and we're done.
Okay.
Yeah, it was set up to construction could start after the baseball season was over.
And the thing about it is, you know, we play we play a lot of games around, and the two things that we're running into, and that is, everybody has LED lighting and turf. I mean, that's the thing that we're running up against. Columbus used to be the place where everybody wanted to come and play, but we haven't done anything, on that field, except go from clay infield to a grass infield. And that's basically all we've done. Well, new stands, but that's been a while back. But we have not kept up with the programs of
So
making the
what would
field.
we need to do if we, like, say, move the project along, but not commit it till next budget? What would we have to do to our contractors so they get the equipment and materials purchased, so we don't get, that price doesn't go to 600,000 next year?
In order to lock in the prices, we would need to order everything and
So we
get
need
it.
the full amount?
So if it would be possible to do all that project close to the end of this fiscal year. So, not knowing numbers, that's a little hard, but probably would need money this fiscal year to do it. Otherwise, I suppose, we can broach subject with them of delay payment to them, which they're going to want interest, so then it just goes higher and higher, right? That's really the only other option.
I think it'll go to 600,000.
Well, yeah, at that point, it definitely could.
But if there's 280,000 earmarked toward it now, if you started construction in September or October, that 280,000 is going toward it. If we then budgeted in October, 280,000 more,
We just
it's just a.
don't know how much is due when we order.
Right.
Yeah, we haven't
But
gone
I
that
mean, it
far.
would flow from the end of one fiscal year into the beginning of the next fiscal year. I mean, I see that as a very, strong possibility. Then it's just the discussion of what isn't getting, 280,000 next year. That's just got to be everybody's recognition that, there's some give and take when you work with an amount of that stature. But I mean, as far as doing it, and that's why it's been brought to the council. I mean, the input was needed. If the decision wants to do that, I think that's, that it's able to do it. It's just letting everybody get on the same page.
Correct.
So what can we accomplish with the $280,000 that we do have budgeted for this year?
Absolutely not. Oh.
I mean, so far this year, what could,
$280,000 worth. We'd be able to purchase we'd get everything ordered. So as Rich said, we wouldn't get those price increases. I'd recommend that for sure. And then you're going to start to do some removals and things of that nature with it, but then it ain't going to take too long before you're going to run out. But so you get everything ordered, I guess, to secure the numbers. And then it's just a matter of construction and labor after that.
after that? You don't have a guess when you foresee the construction and the labor beginning?
Well,
Did you still want to do it this?
It's real, I think if the desire of the council is to move forward with the full project, the option one, then I think that's the direction we need, and Rick and I will take care of the rest on the
Okay.
scheduling and when we pay out and all that.
I'll make
I
that
don't think you
motion.
guys need to worry about that.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to move forward with option one, which at the last time came back to us at $539,000.
But I just want to clarify, we're not taking all of that out of this year's budget. Is that correct? Part of it's coming out of this year's, the rest is coming out of the next budget. Okay, that's just,
Maybe the bigger question is to Doug, what are you gonna have in your budget that will we have room for that 280?
That was part of what the discussion should be if you are going to take from Peter to pay Paul.
That's the decisions we're gonna have to make. There's gonna be other things we'll have to cut out.
so that
So,
would be,
but looking forward, you don't see any problems?
Well, there'll be some other projects that we don't do, but there's some projects this year that we're probably not gonna get completed either. So, yeah, but that's just the ebb and flow of budgets every year, so.
All right.
So we have a motion and a second.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I was rudely interrupted earlier,
No.
but given the polls are about 48 years, at least 48 years into a 50-year expected life, I don't think it's a good idea to use the same poles. What are new poles made of?
Aluminum or steel, but aluminum is what we'd be talking about.
Okay,
It's
good.
an alloy.
That-
There's others that could be, but that's for their basis that we're.
The poles that are used is a special pole that these people manufacture to put these lights on. It is not the normal wood pole or galvanized pole that you would see or that Belmont makes or anybody else. These people make that pole to suit their need.
And the new poles are incorporated into option 1.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to take option 1. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye, those opposed nay. Motion passes. Brings us up to new business.
Item 13A, appointment of Luis Venzer as a police officer.
Council members, with your permission, the mayor would like to submit the name of Luis Fenzor for a conditional appointment as police officer, subject to successful completion of all tests and training. Am I saying your name correctly? Correct. The Civil Service Commission certified this candidate at their May 10th, 2022 Civil Service Commission meeting per council rules. The 2-week waiting period for the appointment of a police officer is waived. Luis Venzor is a graduate of Schuyler Central High School. He attended Southeast Community College in Lincoln, Nebraska, where he earned his associate's degree in fire protection and technology. He is second assistant chief EMT for Schuyler Fire and Rescue, where he has been a volunteer since 2003. Luis has completed the Nebraska Law Enforcement Training Academy. He has received training in drug interdiction and defensive tactics and is a firearms instructor. He currently works as a road patrol sergeant for the Colfax County Sheriff's Office, where he has been employed since 2012. And prior to that, he worked for 3 years as a corrections officer for Saunders County Corrections in Wahoo, Nebraska. Mr. Venzer will participate in the Columbus Police Department's field training course. This is a budgeted position. Council members, we need a motion to ratify
Move that
this.
Second?
Well, go ahead, it's up to you. Beth, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yes, we have a motion and a second. We need you all to vote, please. I think, did you get them, Janelle? Okay.
Motion passes. Louise, would you like to come forward and introduce yourself to us? Let us welcome you.
All right. Like they said, I'm Luis Venzer. I'm from Schuyler. I've been working at the sheriff's office for the last 10 years, and I've been wanting to come to Columbus for a while now, and I just felt like it's, time to make that move and that decision to come over here and work. I've been, interested in this department for years, prior to even being a deputy in Colfax County. So I'm pretty excited to be here and, further my career and kind of see what we have for opportunities here to move on.
Awesome. Glad to have you. Welcome to Columbus.
Louis, you brought 2 pretty girls with you. You want to introduce them?
Yes, that's my wife, Lindsay, and my little girl, Lennon, and those are Lindsay's parents, Kent Ritzdorf and Carrie Ritzdorf. They live here in Columbus as well. So.
Great, thank you.
Congratulations.
Item 13B, application of the Knights of Columbus for special designated liquor license on 26th Avenue between 13th and 14th Streets from 8 a.m. to 1 a.m., August 12th and August 13th of 2022 for a beer garden in conjunction with Columbus Days.
Mr. Mayor, move the application Knights of Columbus for a special designated liquor license be approved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion?
Is this a 1-day or a 2-day?
August 12th and
12th and
13th.
13th for Columbus Days.
2-day.
It says 1 a.m. on the 13th.
Are you asking if it's 2 or 3 days then?
August 12th and 13th.
Well, if it's 1 a.m. on the 13th,
No,
that only makes it
that'd
1
push
day.
it to 3, yeah.
So it's really 1 a.m. on the 14th, is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you for the clarification.
Okay, we have a motion and a clarified second. And all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 13C, quote from Electronic Engineering in the amount of $76,225.17 for 9 portable radios for the fire department.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the quote from Electronic Engineering for 9 portable radios be accepted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 13D, comments from the mayor and city council members in compliance with open meetings. No discussion may be held on this item.
Do we have any comments from council members this evening? Yes, sir, Mr. Barr.
Just wanted to thank the city crews, and Chuck Sleva, I'm sure, was heavily involved with it. The uplighting project for the viaduct was on.
Oh, it was
Red,
awesome.
white, and blue for the weekend is just great.
Yeah,
So,
very, very
thank you
good.
very much.
If nobody has taken a drive at night over the viaduct, it's well worth it. Very, very well worth it. So you took one of my comments.
Oh, I'm
Charlie,
sorry.
God darn it.
Charlie, come on.
Come on.
Quick comment.
Yes, sir.
Friday night, my wife and I attended a string quartet orchestra event at the Federated Church. It was just outstanding. If you ever get a chance to hear these people play, they're very, very good, and it was very entertaining. They do it at no cost, and they're looking for projects to play at. So if you have an event that you'd like to hear them, they're worth the money.
Are they local people?
All local people.
Awesome.
My next door neighbor, actually. She teaches all of them. Does a wonderful job. Teresa and Russell Carr, they're exceptional people.
Very good.
Interesting, okay.
The other comment, I wanted to let the public know that a joint project between multiple agencies, we kind of just call it the Recharge Program, that's been coming together, kicked off about a week ago. They started it. So that's a joint project between the county, the city, and Lower Loop NRD, and actually the Christopher Cove Homeowners Association. So, you know, it was almost a year in the makings as far as construction and getting ready, and they turned on some pumps and started it. So it'll be a process to see if we get out of it what the intent and the hope is. But again, that's more than anything, my point was to let people know that it started and it was a joint effort of agencies working together. So, all right, move on to resolutions.
Item 14A, resolution number R22-79, approving the agreement with Kirkham Michael and Associates in an amount not to exceed $31,152.23 for the airport layout plan phase 1.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of resolution number R22-79.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve resolution R22-79. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 14B, resolution number R22-80, approving the agreement with Kirkham Michael and Associates Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $31,036.23 for partial hangar, floor, and apron rehabilitation for Building 1406.
Mr. Mayor, I move resolution number R22-80 be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve resolution R22-80. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 14C, resolution number R22-81, approving assistance to Platte County in the amount of $7,500 for consulting services with DC Hirschberner Consulting for Highway 30 to Highway 64 connector project.
Excuse me. Mr. Mayor, I move that resolution number R22-81 be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve resolution number R22-81. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Brings us up to ordinances on their first reading.
Item 15A, ordinance number 22-13, creating street improvement district number 188, 23rd Street, Shady Lake Road, from 54th Avenue to the west corporate limits.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we suspend the rules and read ordinance number 22-13 by number only.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to read ordinance number 22-13 by number only. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Ordinance number 22-13.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of ordinance 22-13 be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 22-13. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 15B, ordinance number 22-14, creating street improvement district number 189, 48th Avenue from 23rd Street to south of Bradshaw Park's entrance.
I move that the rules be suspended and ordinance number 22-14 be read by number only.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to suspend the rules and read ordinance number 22-14 by number only. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Ordinance number 22-14.
I move that ordinance number 22-14 be adopted.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance number 22-14. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 15C, ordinance number 22-15, approving the purchase agreement with Columbus Realty Holdings LLC in the amount of $18,148 for purchase of city-owned property located east of 35th Avenue and north of 25th Street.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the rules be suspended and ordinance number 22-15 be read by number only.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules and read ordinance number 22-15 by number only. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay.
You're doing so well, Janelle.
Motion passes.
Ordinance number 22-15.
Mr. Mayor, I move that ordinance number 22-15 be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance number 22-15. Any discussion?
Question.
Yes, sir.
Did we go out for bids on this, or did we have to? Because
We put it out for bids.
It was?
Yep, it went to public property a few months ago, and they approved putting it out for bids, and then we received one bid. Yep.
You'll have to click now.
Was that bid in accordance with
Because
our
you
minimum
can't-
requirements?
This is,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it won't let you go back.
All right. Any other questions? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 15C1, resolution number R22-82, approving the permanent utility easement with Columbus Realty Holdings LLC.
Mr. Mayor, I move resolution number R22-82 be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution number R22-82. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Brings us up to unfinished business.
Item 19A, performance evaluation for City Administrator Tara Vasicek.
All right, council members, I will find my paper I need to read to you. Okay. I move that the city council go into closed session. At this time, the subject matter to be discussed in closed session shall be performance evaluation of City Administrator Tara Vasicek. The reason for going into closed session is for the prevention of needless injury to the reputation of an individual. Mayor James Bulkley and City Attorney Neil Valores will be included in the closed session.
The council president has made a motion to go into, or do we need a motion for that?
Was
I
that,
just
a-
motioned it, didn't I? We
I
need a
read.
second.
The council president has made a motion to go into closed session at this time. The subject matter to be discussed in closed session shall be the performance valuation of city administrator Tara Vasicek. The reason for going into closed session is for the prevention of needless injury to the reputation of an individual. I, James Bulkley, and City Attorney Neil Valoris will be included in the closed session. All those in favor signify by voting aye. Those opposed, nay. Here, those are two new ones.
Okay.
Do we have a second on the motion?
We needed a second.
second?
Okay.
Good job, Neil.
Technicalities.
So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. The city council has voted to go into closed session at this time. The subject matter to be discussed in closed session shall be the performance evaluation of city administrator Tara Vasicek. The reason for going into closed session is for the prevention of needless injury to the reputation of an individual. I, Mayor James Bulkley, and City Attorney Neil Valoris will be included in the closed session. We will adjourn to across the street in the City Hall conference room and
then
be
we have,
right
we have
back.
another meeting right after
As
this,
soon as we're
correct?
done with that, we need to be back to do another meeting. Yes.
Bill's leave.
Yes, yes. But we're gonna go across the street just because it's more comfortable. Oh, yeah.
Thanks,
The
Charlie.
look that I have to give all of you.
No freeze on there. The mayor is on it, and,
You know, if we don't have much of an audience like we don't.
picked up on that.
Yeah, I feel better outside right now.
So we need a motion to go back into.
We'll need a motion to come back in.
All right. I move that we come back into open session.
We have a motion and a second to come back into open session. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay.
I'll vote aye. I'm on a different page.
Motion passes, meeting adjourned.
Now we have to do the.
We will now, within a couple of minutes, get ready to go to the, what is it?
CDA.